I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Boom, check it out, I don't know it's Jason. I may represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jace representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.
All right, good evening and welcome to the late edition. That's what we call this one. It is the one that we do in the evening. And again, we have this new series that we're doing, which is focused on the restart of the Jamaican Premier League. We call it the JPL. And over the next few weeks, we'll be talking to the coaches and managers from the different teams so that the fan base can be familiar with them, know what's happening at the clubs, so you can celebrate and support your team at the start of the competition. Last night was the first one in the series, and we should have had Coach Alex Thomas, but he was having some technical difficulties, and was unable to join the stream. But we had a representative from Moline, the team manager, who was on, but Alex did promise that he's going to come on. So we will be having him, Coach Alex Thomas, on Saturday. All right, we have some big shows lined up for this weekend as well, so stay tuned for those. You'll hear more about them. Again, welcome to every single one of you. Always want to say thank you to all our subscribers, all the persons who watch and interact when we do our live videos. We really appreciate your contribution to that channel, and we're very, very grateful for all the love and the support that you show. Again, we ask you, as usual, if this is your first time to the platform, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're one of the regular viewers, then you know what to do. Like the video and share the video. Let someone else know that we are on at this time so they can join and hear some of this awesome information that we will be sharing. Earlier today, we did a show with a member of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Association. That was a good show, and I hope you watched it. If you have not, you need to go and check it out. It's on the platform. We also have an 11-second video of Duncan McKenzie scoring his first goal for his new club. So go ahead and check that out as well, and show Duncan McKenzie some love and some support. Want to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video, right? We are very grateful for the persons who help I Am Sure Sports in terms of sponsorship, because it helps to keep the channel functioning effectively and efficiently. So firstly, let us say a big thank you to Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica. And in this back to school time, Prestige Finance is offering financial loans to help you with back to school. Loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars and more. Listen, all you have to do is to let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. And when you do that, you will have no processing fee, same day processing. And guess what? Only 0 to 4% interest rate. So check them out and be a part of Prestige Finance. Also to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance need in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Launch Legacy is that place where when you stop working for money, Launch Legacy will help you to get your money to start working for you. All right, just to give you some news in the EPL, for those of you who, for some reason, you were unable to watch the EPL, want you to know that Chelsea suffered defeat. Yes, Chelsea, they were defeated 2-1 by Southampton. Yes, Southampton defeated Chelsea today. Leeds and Everton, they played out to a 1-1 score line, so that ended in a draw. So let me give you some more score line. I mean, it was a good day, but tomorrow many will say is the day when the big games are being played. So the Chelsea fans out there, I'm not trying to troll you, but I had to bring up that particular scoreline, so the people who that you don't know how the internet thing go, not everyone is able right now to watch the Premier League, so I have to ensure that I tell them what the scores are. So Southampton 2, Chelsea 1, Leeds 1, Everton 1, Fulham 2, Brighton 1, Mitrovic again scoring, and Crystal Palace and Brentford played to a 1-1 score line. Still not seeing Ethan Pinnock, suspect that he's suffering some sort of injury. All right. But I suspect that before the end of the season, we will be seeing him in live and living colors. All right. Chelsea salt. No, you were defeated, man. What you're talking about being salt? There's nothing salt about Chelsea's defeat. Ease yourself, man. Come on, unseen. Sometimes you don't talk like you really take a medication, Big up Rob Smith, Champ Deck, bless up yourself. XLR8 should have called you today, but man, was so busy. You understand me? Toffee Rudy, bless up every time. Owen. Yo, it feel like it has been a while. I don't know. King Jav out there in the west side, the best side. Bless up yourself as well. All right, tomorrow we have some big games in the EPL. Big teams playing. Teams like Man City up against Nottingham Forest, Arsenal up against Aston Villa, West Ham versus Tottenham, Liverpool, Newcastle, Leicester, Manchester United, and there'll be a clash between Bournemouth and Wolves. Yeah. So before the game, the one who says that, are you the one who says that Odegaard is the phenom? Yeah. I got to take the meds. You know, monies, man. Yeah, man, go and take your medication. Ishmael King. You know the amount of people are Ishmael King and who calling. Lord of mercy. A lot of people we need to call, but the days are going so quick. The days are going so fast. All right. It is extremely tough what is going on. People, you see, again, you hear about this whole, I spoke about it earlier in the show today about, the issue with how the votes are. And I got a message from the video I did today, and I'm going to have the person on the channel in a couple of days, hopefully, so they can better explain what is happening, right? All right. So let me give you that comment because I thought it was an appropriate comment, speaking to the situation with the JFF. Let me see if I can find it. Oftentimes at the end of the videos, I get these comments that I think are very interesting and intriguing. Let me find it for you and read it. It says, I don't agree with the assertion that they were not forced, meaning the JFF were not forced. Listen to this. FIFA just don't send their good governance regulator 3 times to a FA for fun. Secondly, we know that FIFA suspended some of their funding due to their accounting and governance practices. Thirdly, FIFA sent them a copy of clauses which must be included in the bylaws and has given them a deadline of the next election to implement the changes. In any event, these changes cannot be adopted unless the Congress vote on it. And the question is, have they taken a vote yet? Interesting. The vote will be in November of this year at the Congress. And we need to listen out for that because this needs to be implemented and imposed by the next election. Or I think FIFA is going to step in. So there you go. I don't have any barbed of Eagle Republic. People, management don't have no information on the coach. One thing I know is that me feel like say as somebody white I go coach a team. But I will say this though. Right, I said it a couple of days ago. Here's management opinion. Just go left field. Go and find somebody like from Finland, Norway, or Iceland. Top coach from one of those places to come and coach Jamaica because they have this access to all the players in Europe. That's my suggestion. Get somebody like from Iceland or from Norway or from Finland, one of those places. You understand me? Not from the France, not one of those big footballing nation where the money going to be high, but a high quality coach with the UEFA Pro license from one of those 3 places. See if you can engage them, bring them into Jamaica, and then have them meet with the boys. I think the players would want to play in this game, but I think the players want the assurance of who is going to lead the team and what is going to happen with the team going forward, right? Rob Simit says, I've been hearing this white man and all. No, I can't get a name. Maybe he's so white. I don't know where you have been hearing it, but I just, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's the direction. I don't know, but if they are going that direction, that is where I would recommend. I would not necessarily find someone even in the CONCACAF region. I'd go into Europe, like a UEFA Pro licensed coach that is affordable, who have coached a national team before, and led a national team to at least like round of 16 of a competition. We need that caliber kind of coach who is sold in the Jamaican system, who also have the ability not just to coach a team, but to make local coaches better, so that when he leaves, then we have coaches who possibly can do the UEFA license and take over the program, right? Even if it's an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he has been to Jamaica before, the Norwegian. I think he could come and have some influence on Jamaica's football as a coach. I know he did do well at Manchester United, so don't go on like you want go on Solskjaer thing, And he has been to Jamaica before. You understand me? So you never can tell. But that is where I would go. You understand me? Yeah. Janice need to recruit good administrator first from America. Janice, who is Janice? Who is Janice? Janice on your mind before the game, what kind of Janice you talk about? I don't know. Somebody help me with that one there, no, because I don't really know what going right there. So, what you talk about? Or is Jamaica you mean for say? All right, so listen, I have some Jamaica. All right, so listen, I don't want you Google. I have some questions. Because a lot of you come on platform and talk about, after the man no football like me, no football in history. All right. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a couple of questions, people. All right. Tell me the nation that has lost the most World Cup finals in World Cup finals history. Let me see who first can answer that. No Google. No Google. Let me see who first can answer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boy, Badger, your Googler work fast. Germany. You're right. Germany has lost 4 World Cup. All right. Let me ask you a different one. Which team has lost the most UEFA Champions League finals? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. UEFA Champions League. Germany has lost the most World Cup finals. Who has lost the most European Champions League finals? No Google. No Google. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only can go Google now. Only can go. Not Bayern Munich. Not Bayern Munich. Not Real Madrid. I don't know the football in history, man. Not Bayern. Juve. Yes, somebody said it. Juve is the winner. Juve. Yes. All right. You know want one more? When was people don't know them thing again? When was penalty shootout introduced in football? When was penalty shootout introduced in football? Just a little trivia until we invite our guest. When was penalty shootout introduced in football? Na 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 no XLR. No man, I no Google. Me have the thing. See there, me have the thing on my phone, man. Oh, you can't see. Me have all of them, man. No, can I Google you talk about? No. When was penalty shootout introduced in football? Not penalty kicking out. Shootout. Not 1891. You no find wrong thing, man. And I talk when penalty. I Google the one there. You no find when penalties were introduced. I'm not asking you when penalties were introduced. I'm asking you when was the shootout, penalty shootout. Oh, Maurice Welsh. Exactly. 1970. Oh, you get that? I thought that one was hard. All right, final one. Let me see if anybody can get this. When was offside introduced in football? When was offside introduced in football? When was offside introduced in football? Kareem Isaacs. No, not 90. Oh, well, 1970, right, for the first one. Yeah. When was offside introduced into football? Final question for all of the football gurus. Offside? Yes. All right. Before the game, your Google work this time. Your Google work this time. I have some that you couldn't find on Google, but I'm not going to stress you guys out tonight on those. All right, but good thing. Sometimes you have to ask about these questions to see how much you guys know about the game and how much you follow the game. Yep. But absolutely right. 1863. And penalty shootouts were introduced 1970. Juve has lost the most Champions League finals, and Germany has lost the most. Germany has lost the most World Cup finals. Juve the most Champions League finals. All right. All right. I want to ask you one that you cannot. All right. All right. So remember now. So penalty shootouts was introduced in 1970. So how games used to play is that they used to play until there's a winner. Extra time keep on added. Tell me the longest game that was played and what was the time. It was a knockout game between two teams, a cup game. Longest football game ever played in the history of football. This was before penalty shootouts. And maybe you should tell me how they determined the winner after not being able to complete the game after a whole heap of time. When you can't go the one there. If you read books, forget them one day. Though. Let me see who first can come up with it. Let me see if anyone knows the answer for that. So like 2.5 hours, no more than that. Well, yeah, they did a coin toss. At the end of it, they did a coin toss, bro. Yeah, they actually had a coin toss to determine the winner. But how? And yeah. Hey, XLR8 in one Google work. Yeah. It was a game. You're right. It was in 1946. Game between Stockport and Doncaster Rovers. It lasted 3 hours and 26 minutes. After playing 2-2 at full time, extra time was added, and they kept on adding extra time until the players were so tired they couldn't play anymore. They just had a coin toss to determine who would win. All right? So there you have it, people. Yeah, but that was in 1946 in a cup game over there in England. But good stuff. Good stuff. You understand me? Good stuff. All right. I have not seen my Mount Pleasant guests, and I know you want to hear from these special people from Mount Pleasant, So let me see if I can ring them up. Let me see this one. Hey, Neo. Which football team or organization first introduced a pay to watch system management? Lord of... Hey, what on my subscribers? Help me, because you man challenge me here, Aldine Holmes. Which football team or organization first introduced a pay to watch system management? Yo, all right, boy, I'm not tell no lie. I don't really know the one there still. I don't really know the one there. Big up, Neo. Big up, bless up. I don't know that one, Aldine Holmes. But if you ask me that, me have to ask you. Manchester United? It couldn't be Manchester United because they were not originally called Manchester United. So it must be some other team. It can't be Manchester United because they were not originally called Manchester United. So I don't think it is Manchester United unless it was before they were called Manchester United. Yeah. I don't know that one. Anybody knows that one? I don't know that one. XLR8. What the Google? You can't find that on Google. Aston Villa? Wow. People, the other day somebody was telling me that Aston Villa is not a big side. People, you know that Aston Villa has won the Champions League. Do you all know that? That Aston Villa won Champions League? Aston Villa is a big club. They have won Champions League more than once. Hey, Badger, they want to easy, man. Every Jamaican know who is the first player to score a trick in a Manning Cup, man. Everybody know the one, man. Everybody in the thing supposed to do that. Don't it? Me not tell them. Everybody's supposed to know who is the first player to score a hat-trick in Manning Cup. Everybody should know that. I'm not telling them. Badger, that one very easy. Fresh God, you supposed to know that, Fresh God. Fresh God, you supposed to know the one there, Fresh God. So me not tell them. Me not tell them, Badger. Badger, I'm not telling them. Oh. With Neymar, Manning Cup, the man say no. The man, hold on then. Well. What's it? Listen to the question. The man say Manning Cup. Me don't tell them. The man say Manning Cup. How Neymar get in this now? And a Manning Cup the man I talk about. I'm not telling them. Fresh God supposed to know that. Oh, Aston Villa won one Champions League. Oh, / European Cup. Yeah. But they won. But Aston Villa is a big team. Thank you. That genius. All right. Come on. Somebody answer the Manning Cup question. The first player to score a hat-trick. Him scored it. No, in the Manning Cup final, not in a Manning Cup game. Maurice Cyrus. There you go, Badger. All right, we have our guest. But me have a big one. Anybody who said this one, they know football. Right? Here's the question. Who was the first player and the only player up to today to miss 3 penalties in one football match? Me not talk extra time, but in one football match, the man missed 3 penalties. But I can't get that one. Sir Christie.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Your texters and your viewers and all that.
Wonderful. So good to have you. I know you had some difficulties, so you're here a little late. And I know you also are training today, so you're probably tired after a long drive down and up. So, yes, Palmyra, is it? That genius doing football in history. Yeah. But what's it? So money is the man who missed 3 penalty. Your man, my coach now me take the second one if we miss the first one. So, Sir Christie, again, welcome to the show. Good to have you. I know you're tired. We won't keep you longer than we need to. So, but first, let me publicly commend you, congratulate you on your big move. Or let me just say move first before I say big, and then you can define it as big if you want. Some people are saying it is a big money move because we're not accustomed to a man who looks like he owns a team in Dumby and moving to a next club in the same league. You understand me? So this is probably unprecedented. The figures we hear quoting are unprecedented in our football. We hear millions for a man to oversee football, and that speaks to probably how good you are at your job. And everyone has been saying, well, the title is coming. The Messiah is here. It's the only thing there are three Messiahs because they say Whitmore is the Messiah, Christie is the Messiah, Gould is the Messiah, Warren Barrett is the Messiah. I don't know. Maybe some of the players are coming who's the Messiah. But tell us about it, Mr. Christie.
Well, what can I say? I'm just happy to be a part of the project at Mount Pleasant, and I can see that, well, as you would have known, Rev, that I'm a football fanatic. So wherever football go, wherever football goes, it will take me though. Like, wherever football take me, I will go. Pardon me. Wherever football take me, I will go. And I can't understand. This is not my first move from a club. I was at Waterhouse and people were saying, wow, after 23 years, why move from Waterhouse to Dunby Holding?
After how many years?
After 23 years at Waterhouse.
You're at Waterhouse for 23 years? Wow.
Yes, sir. Both a player and other part of their backroom staff.
Okay, I didn't know you were there that long. And then, right, you left Waterhouse and you moved to Dunby Holen. And you have been at Dunby Holen for around 5 years now?
4 years, sir.
4 years?
Yes.
How difficult was it for you, though, to give up something like that many people believe that you really took it from the grassroots and brought it to where it's at right now? How difficult a move was it for you? Or was it an easy decision because of your passion for football?
I can remember it was a Sunday in 2016. I left for my daughter's graduation at Arden and went straight over by Dumbo and gathered a team. And I could have seen a bit of people like what was he saying. I said, gentle people, listen, we have 3 objectives. And why? And I'll explain the objective. There was a playoff game and Wayne Walker called me earlier on in the day, said that he wants to go over by Dunbowling. And I told him to meet me down by Arnett Gardens and I'll take him over there. And there was a practice match between Portmore and Dunby Holding the following week. When we were promoted to the Premier League. And at that point, Tapper was always with my friend. He was at Knoxford course and he said, Paul, I want to go and watch those two. I want to watch the new team, your team, Christie. But I don't know how to get there. And I said, all right, don't worry. And I gave him a time and he picked me and I picked him up and took him over there. So after and in the meeting, I said to the team that was gathered, we have 3 objectives, 3 objectives only, and then my task would have been complete. And I stated, task number 1, Dunby Holding will become a household name. Task number 2, Dunby Holding will be structured in a way that they will be one of those teams that people will recognize and respect. And task number 3, and before I move to task number 3. In addition to that, we should be able to stand on our own 2 feet, whether it's structurally, financially, and as a club that is aiming for best practice. And the third and final one was that we will make the Caribbean Cup final. We will be traveling to the Caribbean Cup final. And those 3 tasks was over a 5-year period. That was our first 5-year task. And I remember someone asked me, but we have to be in the league for us to achieve all of those objectives. And I said to them, listen, you take us for granted to your own peril. We will be in the league and we will achieve the objectives. And though, well, as you know, Mannings, man, Dun Bowling I have roots at Dun Bowling. It's basically my community. So it's difficult. It was a very difficult task. It was very bittersweet and emotional. And I can tell you, the people from the community, they wish me well, they salute me. People even ask, Sir Christie, is it possible for you to be a sporting director at Mount Pleasant and a team manager at Dundee? And that's how much passion and how difficult it was for us to leave. But the truth of the matter is our task would have been complete. And we are now moving on to the next project. And after our task is complete at Mount Pleasant, we will be moving on to our next project.
Okay. All right. So, and I mean, in terms of, like I said, that, all right, totally understand. So the task has been completed. Have you left? Because a part of good leadership is to leave a legacy. Do you believe that you have left Dumpy Holden, with a kind of structure, system, people in place that next season, Dumpy Holden will be just as competitive, or we can expect
Let the record state, sir. Let the record state, sir, you take Dun Bowling for granted to your own peril. The blueprint is there. The personnel, they're all there. The system is there. The principle is there under which we operate, under which Dun Bowling would have operated and still is operating. So Dun Bowling will be okay. I can tell you that much.
So what was it? What was the pull? What was that Mount Pleasant that enticed you, that pulled you, that lured you over there? I mean, because I know it's not the $10 million. It can't be money. You understand me? What is it that pulled you over there?
Well, I don't know if you're aware, Mr. Prev. We have our own money. Someone is not the driving.
I don't know. I don't know.
State that we have our own money.
Okay.
So
okay.
Money would not be.
So this decision had nothing to do with the money.
Well, I'll be compensated. Let me say that clearly. I'll be compensated for the job that is expected to be done.
Yes.
However, Mount Pleasant would not be the only club that would have been seeking for my services.
Okay.
I got called from my first club, and that was Waterhouse. I got called from Veer, and I decided that, listen, let me take up a new challenge. I have been in Waterhouse already, and if Veer is still in the Premier League, maybe my next challenge will be Veer. We just want to spread our wings, take on each challenge, and try to play our part in developing the product in the country in whatever way or form we can. I'm just happy to be a part of the development of football in Jamaica football, whether or not if people want to embrace and accept it, football is at a very good place and is moving in a positive direction. And I'm just happy to be associated with it. And wherever football take me, I'm prepared to go.
Okay, good news. What? So now, I mean, I know it's early stages. What is, what is it? What is it like being at Mount Pleasant? Is there a lot of work to be done, or a good foundation has been set? I mean, what stage is it at in terms of what needs to be done? Is it at a place where you're saying that, listen, there's a lot to build on, or man, I'm coming to take something like a Dumby Holden from the ground to bring it to where Dumby Holden is, or where is that for you?
All right. Let me address the question of work. I've never had a day of work in football ever. I don't ever see football as work. Football is my passion. Football is the thing that I do. Football, I live and breathe and sleep football every time. What I do is work, is my other businesses. That is what I consider work. Football is my passion. So I've never ever had a day in football where I do work. As it relates to Mount Pleasant, just the legendary of the team that is led by Mr. Theodore Whitmore. Trust the process. There was a lot to build on at Mount Pleasant. And as I've said before, at the initial stage of our discussion, I'm just happy to be associated with something that is moving in a positive direction, something that is growing, something that is constantly improving. And I can tell you, the team led by Mr. Theodore Whitmore and Mr. Davian Ferguson. I can tell you that.
And Mr. Warren Barrett.
Yes.
And who's the physical
And
trainer?
And Mr. Vanny Clark. What I and yes, Lamar, Mr. Lamar would be our physical trainer. So
I'm telling you.
what I can tell you.
And you have a doctor that sometimes work with the national program as well.
Well, I'm so happy to be a this team.
No, I'm telling you, you have a Premier League club seem to have the entire national coaching setup at its club. You know that means the title can only be in one place at the end of the season.
It absolutely means nothing if that does not matriculate into work and teamwork and getting the right pieces and giving it your best shot, playing football the right way and living the results. Football, I can tell you, and you know this, putting pieces together, if you put in a square peg in a round hole, it won't fit. However, you'll be buying pieces to put into the puzzle, but it just won't add up. The truth of the matter, there was, and there is still ongoing dialogue. The team led by Mr. Whitmore, again, I can tell you this, is a group of men who are trying to improve, trying to get better, trying to ask the unpopular, uncomfortable question that people call it the elephant in the room. Yes, we are not afraid to hold each other and hold ourselves accountable. And I relish these challenges. I can tell you there is no different challenge at Dun Bowling that is at Mount Pleasant. Yes, you can argue that it's a more financially stable club than Dun Bowling. However, Dun Bowling would have finished ahead of Mount Pleasant at the promotional stages of the Super League.
Right. Yes.
So the things that people put a lot of weight and give a lot of credence to. We know that if the assembly and the chemistry and the rhythm and the culture and the attitude and the mindset, and I can go on and on. If those things does not come into place, then it will be an exercise in futility.
Okay. All right. That is true because at the end of the day, no matter if you have a galaxy of stars, if you don't, like I said, you don't work together, you don't have proper
Mhm.
systems, it can come all to naught. And
Mhm.
so it is important that everybody is on the same page and working together. And we do understand that. I must say that I think it is things like this we need to see in the league where you have such a comprehensive, well-traveled, learned people involved in the national program at the helm, and a manager like you who had success at Waterhouse. You help Dumbly Holland to qualify for the, if they're going to have the Caribbean club championship, they would have been in because they finished second in the
Yeah.
league, missing out on penalties. So that is good. And here you see you're taking on a next project. You also were at a few years ago. I think you work with that high school out in Yuatan, or
In
keep forgetting it.
Linfield Technical High School.
Dintil High School, and while you were there, they did well. So either you follow success or success follow you wherever you go.
And I can tell you from 2005, from 2014, the template was set. And I can tell you, though we have, we have not lifted a trophy at Linfield, we have gone to 7 different finals. And that speaks to the consistency of the blueprint that we insist to implement. That does not speak to person, but speak to a principle that governs football. And if we stick by the blueprint, then we will be okay.
All right. Are you hearing me, Mr. Christie?
Yes, and as I was saying, if we stick by the principles that governs football, we will be okay. There are some few principles that people takes for granted, does not take a critical look at, and at the end of the day, when the pressure is at the highest, then those are the times that those things come to bear.
Yeah. What is the objective? Because with this, with the listen, you have a good. They have always had a good crop of players. There is an academy. You have now a good coaching staff. You have money. You have a huge fan base. You have a manager like you. What is the end game? What is the it certainly can be to win a Premier League to get $5 million or less, when I suspect by the assembly of people, players, coaching staff, management, that is just 1 month's salary. Maybe, I don't know. You understand me? So winning the league cannot be the objective. What is the end game for the Mount Pleasant? Now that they have brought you on, they have brought on Coach Whitmore, Coach Warren Barrett, Davian Ferguson, Lamar, and all of these people and the players. What is the end game?
Well, and I can tell you this, Graham, the entire team that is assembled at Mount Pleasant Football Club is aware of the principle under which we operate. We are not just looking into national, we are actually looking into regional, North, Central America, because you can recall, as we said, that as about 2.5 weeks ago, Waterhouse was in Canada playing the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. We want a club from Jamaica to be represented at a competitive level, at CONCACAF level, not just showing up, but actually competing. So the project start now. That is the end game, to be competed at the CONCACAF level, giving a good uh, account of brand Jamaica, and giving it just the best shot, playing football the right way, and just live with the result thereafter.
And as a man in St. Anna, I must say that I am very excited. I think that the title is destined to one place only, because I think at this level, I don't think there's a coach in the league that can out coach Tapa. I could be wrong, but I just think he has something to prove. And all of those who used to, the coaches who probably say, boy, I'm never tactical and he never this, I think you're going to see some good football. I think this is going to give him the opportunity to express his personality as a coach with the players. And I can tell that there is a buzz in St. and like there, I have not heard one negative in the whole preseason, though I wasn't here, but in the time that I've been back and just hearing things from the ground, there seemed to be a buzz around the team, and I think he has brought that a level of professionalism and that all of you have brought in, which is important to the effective functioning of the club.
And it's no secret of the legendary Mr. Tapa Whitmore. He's an active member of the FIFA analysis committee presently, right now. It's like we are here with him, so he's a modest gentleman naturally. So you won't be hearing him on an interview speaking of his involvement in football from a global standpoint. He's a student of the game. He's always trying to learn, trying to get better, trying to improve. And he has infected us with that mentality, not just settling, trying to get better, trying to always push the scale, trying to challenge ourselves. Yeah, so I am not aware of the culture that was at Senton or Mount Pleasant because I was busy trying to develop a culture in St. Catherine then. Now I can tell it's a new day in St. Anne. The people of St. Anne will be getting their fair share of good football that is played the right way. And the players are reacting in a positive way to the coach and the coaching staff, the technical staff, and the physical staff. It's just a buzz of anticipation from the players. I look in their eyes, I see the intensity that is there. And I think that if we continue and try to improve on what we start on and what we are developing right here, right now, then we are not just, and as you rightfully said earlier on in the conversation, settling for our Premier League title is within the shores of Jamaica. We want to compete at a regional and North American, Central American level. We want to compete with those clubs and not just going to show up to honor a fixture. We want them to know that there's a team coming in from Jamaica. Like in athletics, we realize when they hear that a team coming from Jamaica, whoever it is, people have to turn and look because they know that that athlete, they would have known that that athlete would have been prepared and is not here to just fill up one of the 8 lanes. He's here to compete. And that is that is the culture that we are developing at Mount Pleasant right now.
Yeah, generally this is a pattern in football. We see just say Mourinho when he moves, there are certain players who follow him wherever he goes. We see when you see the new coach at Nine Pigs come to Manchester United, certain players come with him. We see Conte come to Chelsea, certain player come with him. We see Arteta leave Manchester City, come to Arsenal, he brings certain player with him. No, I mean, we see Donovan Duke move and certain players move with him. When Mr. Christie moves, players move with him
Wherever I go, my players are always trying to be a part of. Because listen, the truth of the matter, and I must say this right here without any apology. We don't just look at the football aspect of the human being. We look at the human being from a holistic standpoint. We try to improve human beings' life. We try to challenge them to challenge themselves. We try to give them word and purpose. So we see them as human beings. We don't just treat them as a product. We sit and we know their family, we know their kids, we are just in their life, so we develop a bond and don't want to blow my hand, but they know that they can depend on me where certain things are concerned.
Okay.
And they also know that we do what we say and we say what we mean. And that is very important.
But at the same time, though, I mean, you don't want to decimate the team that you help to build if all of the players are quote unquote your players, and you know, they
All
want
right.
to follow you.
All right.
As a person who care about the community, you don't just say to them, no, no, no. Some of you, how does that work?
All right. People speak of, all right. People speak, all right. Let us speak of Bayern Munich
Yes.
over a 10-year period. You think that it's because of one set of players that is constant, or is a blueprint that is encultured and engraved in the psyche and the pores of evil, the man who cut the grass at Bayern Munich? What do you think would contribute, or would be you would give account for that level of sustained success?
Yeah, because they have a plan. They have a plan in place that they keep recycling. They have a plan that recycle players.
And I am saying this to you, at Dintil,
Yes.
since we have gone to Dintil, the lowest Dintil has ever finished at any level. No, not at every level, like the Dakar Cup level, which is the primary cup. It's a semi-final. I'm not actively involved. I'm behind the scene trying to improve and trying to tweak a little here and there because the Don Bolden job was a fulsome job. I was not able to concentrate on both uh,
Yes.
projects at the same time. And they are still there. That is the most recent one. 1995, I would have been at Waterhouse as a player. We would have won the major league and enter into the Premier League then. And we just try to improve and try to get better. And I can tell you, Waterhouse is not going away going away or going anywhere soon. They will be here as
So you are confident that while you go to strengthen Mount Pleasant, that Dumb Beholden is still strong, and even
I,
if
I have said to you earlier
yeah,
on, sir, that whosoever think that Paul Christie is done bowling, they will now realize that if Paul Christie is removed from the equation and they take them bowling for granted, they will take them bowling for granted to their own peril, sir.
all right,
The
well,
whole of the blueprint, they are sticking with it and they are just trying to improve and try to get better. I can tell you this right here, right now. If Mount Pleasant wants to win the league and we intend to do that, if we want to get to the Kanka Cup, we'd have to go to Dumbolin, go through Dumbolin. Dumbolin will be one of those hurdles that we would have to get over.
all right. So
To get
what
to
I'm
our
getting
Kanka
from you is that you left Waterhouse. Waterhouse was strong, even got better. You're
Yes,
giving
sir.
us the guarantee that you left Dumb Beholden. They are going to be strong and even get better. So people don't have nothing to worry about where Dumb Beholden is concerned. There's a good system and there's a recycling of players. All right. I'm glad that you're saying that, because I don't want, sometimes people believe that if you leave, everything collapse, everything mash up, and yeah.
Well, Rev, this is my motto, though, you know. If my life is for myself, I don't want it. I don't want. I want to be able to share my life with people, with friends, help my brothers that each travel along, so that at the end of the day I can say my job would have been well done, and my task would have been complete. I would have run my fair leg of the relay. We believe, and I can tell you the motto over by Waterhouse. All right, listen the motto at Dinted.
Yeah.
Factor non-verbal. Translation: deeds, not words. Doing, not saying. The motto at Waterhouse is unity is strength. Yeah? The motto at gun bowling is teamwork makes the dream work. We include, we have an inclusive approach in whatever we do. We don't want a system to be built around us. So yes, people might point out a few things about us because they see us enjoying what we do. Because I would even say that they see us working, they see us enjoying what we do. And people will say, yes, Mr. Christie this and Mr. Christie that in a positive way. However, there were also people, I can remember, there was a game, we would have beaten Harborview 1-0 down by the same Jackson here on the Sunday and moved to the top of the Premier League. That was done bowling then, yes? That was a Sunday evening. The Monday evening, Waterhouse played Arnett Garden. That was the final game of the round in the first round. And it's like the Arnett beat Waterhouse and they were saying, don't be holding, don't be at the Premier. And I said, and I even got an interview on GPS, and the host asked me, well, Mr. Christie, why are you being so modest about it? It's a monumental achievement. And I'm saying, for you who is an onlooker, that is a monumental
achievement, yes.
However, we would have set our target at the beginning in increments. We would have stick to what we needed to have done to ensure that it was happening. It was happening. The players started believing. The players were competing, and we were getting the result. And so it wasn't a surprise, because I know that the work would have been, and the template would have been set at the beginning. And we are here just trying to set a template that will give us, I say that to say this. No, we are here at the initial stage at Mount Pleasant. We are just trying to set an initial template that will give us sustained success for a long period.
All right. So, I mean, just picking up from what you're saying, it appears that there are some players who may be making the trek.
Or may not.
There are some who may not, but there are some who it appears like, Jesus going down, the Messiah going to the mountain, and at least 3 will be going there. They had 3 that he had to say, you stay right here, so and pray while I go up to the mountain. So we suspect that there's probably 3 who will, but Mount Pleasant has also probably lost a couple of players as well from last season. I know that the Guyanese centre back is no longer there. He's back overseas, and there's a next young player who may not be there this week, and there's a forward, I think his name is Price, who I don't think he's there. He's overseas, understanding as well, negotiating contract. And there's Daniel Green, who is away. So you have lost some players. I mean,
and that's exactly my point, sir. We don't want to build our system around players. We want to build our system around a principle that can be sustained.
Okay, so that means you're not getting no players then. You're just going to keep the players.
No, I did not say that at any point. I'm saying at Mount Pleasant, we don't want to be totally dependent on any one
No,
player
I
or
didn't say that.
anyone.
What I am asking you if that you have gaps that you need to plug because
Yes,
players
sir.
that contributed are gone,
Mhm.
and so you I don't know. I know some clubs had trial games. Did you have trial games, and are you do your recruiting differently? You just go and find who you want because you don't need a trial. Some clubs have to do that because they don't have the resources like Mount Pleasant to say you we want. We can pay
All
10
right,
million
at
for you.
Mount
Yeah.
Pleasant Academy, we are always searching for new talent.
Yes.
We are going from a direct approach. So the purpose of a child is to actually honor talent. We know what we want. We know exactly what we are about. We know what we will be doing. And in very short order, you will have a press conference on or as our movement. And the Dumbolin family has been a friend of the media. The Mount Pleasant family will be a friend of the media. The media will know all the moves that is happening.
The truth is though, I must say, because I am down here, Mount Pleasant, they give access to the media. They have not been afraid of communicating. The players, the manager, Mr. Galloway, all of them. So
Yes,
one and the coaches, even Mr. Wally Downs,
yes, sir.
all the coaches who have been there, T-Got, media
Mhm,
friendly, Donovan Duke, media friendly. So if
mhm,
there's anything that they can be commended for, is how they do that. They also have their
mhm.
own social media managers who does a good job. They have
Yes,
a PR person. So if there's
yes.
one thing any of the other clubs need to take from Mount Pleasant, that is it. They are
Mhm.
very good at that, and I must commend them. And I'm not doing that because I'm here, but I must commend them because they have that. They have merchandise that they sell as well, and they give away a lot of merchandise at their games, so their fans can be decked out in the Mount Pleasant
Identified
colors. Yeah,
with the Mount Pleasant project. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Mhm. And we are trying to build on that and trying to improve on that. We're trying to get, we want to, whenever uh, a team enters on the tour, there's a thought of the intimidating atmosphere that the fans would have presented at Mount Pleasant. It's like at every given day, it should be an unfair fight because it's like the Mount Pleasant project is the only project. We want to make our project the only project that plays with 12 people every single game. We want
yeah.
our fans to, we know that we have passionate fans down here, so we want to engage them, get them all involved already, because that extra push, that extra drive, that extra buzz will be needed to get us across the initial line.
Yeah. I see one of your well, I don't know if I want to say former player, but I see a player who you are familiar with. Your top keeper saying blessings, blessings. I mean, I never mean I give blessings around
Respect
cause
them, man. Respect, sir. Listen, I can tell you about the history of me and them, man. We go way back. Way, way, way back. He
yes,
has been my friend, and before he would have gone to Arnett Gardens. That, and I think he would have served in excess of 10 years at Arnett Gardens. And prior to that, he was my friend. That is the thing about this football why I love it so much. We would have gotten some authentic relationships, some solid battle soldiers along this journey that football would have taken us. And I have not taken that for granted. I feel blessed. I feel privileged to be associated with so many good friends. Initially, when I had a meeting with my family, they were wondering about the people I've done gold and all of that. However, I have gotten over 100 calls from Dundee Holding, and the people are just so happy to see that one of their products is
yeah. You think they will still be happy when they see Siri? Probably if That's like three of their best players are leaving, and then the team start.
But
Will
we
they
did not have that discussion. But listen,
No, I don't know. I'm just saying that hypothetically speaking, though, that sentiment could change if things kind of turn. Because listen, I saw someone commenting that boy, you must leave Dumby Hole and I don't mash up your team, because someone made that comment earlier in the stream who I suspect is a Dumby Hole and fan. So that can be changed, and I understand that. Like, the truth is, your track record proves that even the teams that you have left, they still continue to do well.
yes, sir. And listen, let's talk about Dunbowling for a minute. Before I was at Dunbowling, I was at Waterhouse.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
All right? Tremaine Stewart, Waterhouse. Dean Andre Thomas, Waterhouse. Mr. Rowe, Waterhouse. Keith Simpson, Waterhouse. And I can go on and on and on and on.
And you brought them to Dumby Hole.
Diego Garden, Waterhouse. All of those players. And I can tell you, they were just a few. Andre McFarlane, Waterhouse. And listen, manage, listen, African play for you. Wherever you are, I will go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but
Because
that is true, because players also have to make decisions that are in their
the best interest of them and their family.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it flew over your head when I told you that our approach is that the family, the mother, the wife, the kids, we approach this from a holistic standpoint. So they feel like they all have a part to play. We don't see player as a product. So we would have developed a relationship with the player, and the major stakeholder, which would have been the family, would have trusted the process. And I asked the people of St. Anne to continue to trust the process.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know if anyone of the persons listening want to call in and ask any question, Ramon Pleasant, but let me just ask this. Now, one of the things that people have, I think this is a completely different climate, because there are some persons who believe that Coach Whitmore don't talk to the media. No, I must say that whenever I've seen him in public spaces, he's very welcoming and friendly. I've never had a problem in terms of engaging him. Right.
So how do we hear Mr. Whitmore on the media with such regularity, though, if he don't speak to the media?
Well, I guess you're saying that since he has been at Mount Pleasant, we haven't heard from him from the press conference.
Is that a factor or a perception? Mr. Whitmore is not responsible to keep press conferences. His handlers and his bosses would have been responsible to ensure that there would have been press conferences. Let us look at it from a structured standpoint, though, man.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That what I'm saying, though, is that the truth is.
Hold on. I was on this very show one night when a gentleman called for Europe and walks in and so disrespectful and disingenuous as he were at the time.
Yeah.
About Mr. Marcel Gale. I know he does not have access to the media. I know he does that. The media does not have access to him, as if he would have been disrespectful to the precedent that was set. And the blueprint and the principle would have been established. And that was so further from the truth.
Yeah, look, the truth is, let me just say, I'll say this to people, that I have not experienced the coaches in the JPL resisting interviews at the end of the games in the time that I've been doing it. I think probably the only team that I have not engaged, but I know Unseen, who he and I do a lot of work together, is Waterhouse.
And right? As I can tell you, Waterhouse is very, very accessible.
No, man, yeah, man, I know that, man. I know that.
Is a darling, he's always available.
No, man, and they have the assistant coaches, but in terms of the head coaches, I know that Marcel Gill don't normally. But the truth is, in the
one thing you don't realize, man, let me see if I can interject. Pardon for being constantly interjecting, but one thing you don't realize, it is a blueprint that was set at St. George's. Jamaica got to know Marcel Gill.
I'm
Hold on,
talking
let me
about
make
the
the point. Let me
JPL
make
thing.
the
Hold on
point.
now. Hold on
Let
now.
me make the point. Please allow me to just make the point. Jamaica got to know Marcel Gill because George's was winning. The
No,
only time Never Bet
Mr.
would
Christie,
have
me
picked
can't make you make
Mr.
the
Gill.
point there. You see, amateur football and professional football is two different things. There's no
But it's the
blueprint.
same stencil that he
No,
work at
no, 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 no,
Waterhouse.
no, 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 no,
I'm
no,
just explaining the stencil though.
Mr. Christie, me and now go agree upon that. You have never seen the assistant coach at Arsenal do an interview, win, lose, or draw. I've never
I
seen Pep.
agree.
I've never seen Pep Grad. No, hold on, let me answer that.
Did
No,
not say it was correct though, you know.
no, watch me. I don't have a problem with it, but it is not what I am saying
Best
to you.
practice. Yeah.
All I'm saying that at the professional level,
Mm-hmm.
it is the senior coach in all profession. When I watch MLS, when I watch the league in France, the league in Germany, the league in Italy, the league in England, including the championship and League Two, all I'm saying is that it's okay now because they do talk. It's not like they don't talk and they're accessible. And I want people to know that because I'm not saying that Harborview accessible, Veer accessible, Humble Lion, Mobile United, Mount Pleasant, all the teams, don't beholden, Portmore, all the teams, and I have to commend them on that. All I was saying is that Mr. Gill don't like the media, which is fine. So they still have other persons, but it is not the practice though at the professional level. That's all I wanted to say.
No, man, I did not say that he did not like it. Whenever Waterhouse lose, Mr. Gill is the one who always take that interview. That's what you did not understand. Whenever they lose, Mr. Gill always take that interview.
Yeah,
That's
man,
the
that
point
is
I
true.
was
That is
making.
true.
That because Waterhouse was doing so consistently well, you wouldn't have seen him with regularity. He would have had his deputies to take the interviews.
All
But
right.
whenever Waterhouse would have lost a game, then you would have seen him front and center.
All right.
That's the point I was trying
So
to
watch this. So watch this though, Mr. I hear you, and I'm
And
saying
I'm
that
not defending it, though, I'm just
no,
explaining
man. This is just listen, no, man. I not want to make it about Mr. Gill. Listen, what I'm saying is this: I understand what he's trying to do, and I've seen it at St. George's. All I am saying is this: at the professional level, win, lose, or draw, the face on the interview, from what I have seen at the professional level, is the head coach. Now, I understand what they're trying to do in that setting. I understand that. So it's not, for me, it's not a problem. For people who don't, there you have your explanation. When the team loses, he comes forward. When the team wins, he allows the assistant. That's something that he does. But he speaks. So for people who think that he don't talk, is not true. He talk. And I'm saying the same thing for Whitmore. Whitmore talks. He communicates. It's just that maybe the way people want to engage him, he refuses to be engaged that way. In other words, maybe what people are saying, which is, and we as all the vloggers, I will say this too. Given the things that many have said about him, let me ask you this question. Do you think he would have any interest, if he has listened to these things, to come on any of these platforms and talk? Because we have to take responsibility, And when I say this, I say all of us. How you deal with a person, speak about a person, will also determine if the person will welcome you. So if on these platforms, he has always felt disrespect, heard disrespect, why then would he still want to come and speak on these platforms? But he does speak when he needs to. That's all I wanted to say, because I want to ensure that I'm balanced. I don't want anybody to feel like him hiding, because he's not. Because if you see him somewhere and you walk up to him, he will speak to you. I keep on telling people, like, and I will say this again, and I say this about Warren Barrett. When it comes down to coaching, people say, boy, man, with more, me defend and me argue and he make mistake. But here's the thing: inside or outside of that, when he sees you, if you speak to him, he will speak to you. It's not somebody who got this and cuss bad word and He's not like that.
No,
And
it's
that's
not that personally. It does
exactly.
not
And I
have
want
that.
to put that out there because people feel like him not talk to people. He's not like that. You want to see, go one of them, listen, go to one of the games that them playing with Masters and watch Whitmore play ball. Worse than all Hector right to play. And you will see.
True, true.
Yeah. No, but before the game, I am agreeing with you, I am saying that the head coach is obligated by the practice in the top leagues to go and speak to the media unless there is like some serious issue going on. We have to develop that culture that win, lose, or draw, the head coach speaks. I understand what Fuzzy is trying to do because it's a practice at St. George's, but at this level, I don't think it ought to be allowed. That must be allowed at the schoolboy level because it's amateur. At the professional level, you're the face of the team. Win, lose, or draw, you come and speak. Yeah. But Mr. Christie,
And I will not challenge that.
yeah. I mean, talk to the fans. What can the month I heard Warren. I don't know if I want to take this one, but let me read it because the person asked it, and then you can determine. I know that you take any question. Paul Christie, I heard that Warren Barrett will be the new goalkeeper coach at Mount Pleasant. So Loxley Reed will lose his job? Question sign.
All right.
Are they both? I don't know. But go ahead.
I am not in a position to speak of who would have lost their job or what the transition would have been. One thing I do know is that, yes, Mr. Warren Barrett is the goalkeeper coach at Mount Pleasant. That is a fact. Anything else, it would be just pure speculation.
Yeah.
All of that that you were speaking of was before my time, so I'm not qualified to speak on that. I have no facts surrounding that. Did not ask any probing question. The team was introduced to me. I just started reacquainted with most of them who were my friends before, and we just start the work. There's a lot of work to be done, and we just
Mr.
have
Christie, I
to.
have a big question. Listen, the feel and last season, one of the things that affected the league a whole lot
We
was
are
this
aware of
whole.
that. We are aware of that, and we are addressing it as we speak, sir.
But,
We are
but
aware of your concern of the field,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and we are, it is being addressed as we speak. So we
Okay.
want the people of St. Ann and Jamaica and the diaspora, by and large, to be in a position to watch good quality football on a good quality surface. And that is what we are aiming to do. We are trying to improve on last year, both the surface, both the administration and the staff and the players. And we are just trying to improve and trying to get better. We are aware of the shortcomings, both on and off the field.
What about?
And,
Go ahead.
and we are prepared to just be brutally frank and get the job done.
What about the lighting? Because I know there are a couple of times when
That has been
they.
that has been raised as well.
I
The
know there are a
quality
couple
of
of
the
times when they
lighting.
were saying that night games and a couple of things that the broadcaster said the lighting is
Yes,
not sufficient to host
yes,
games for
yes,
TV. So games can be played at night.
yes, and that's a fact. And that has been looked at, and that is being addressed as we speak, because we want the Sentan people to be in a comfortable space whenever they come out to support the Mount Pleasant product.
Okay, and then I mean the other thing I'll ask just for the fans out there, because these are some of the things, because there is also a concern that when you have massive matches, the parking is not managed and
Yes, and we are aware
cars.
of that, and we are aware of the limitation where sparking is concerned. We are aware that that needs to be improved. So we are trying to identify and locate alternate and additional spaces for the people of Senton, because all we want them to do is to come out and have a good Sunday evening. Take your child, take your grandchild, take your wife, take your husband, take your girlfriend, take your boyfriend, and let us have a. We want to have football as an event in St. Anne, not just a game. We want to put to start have the product as an event in St. Anne, and we are working on it, and we hope to see all of that come to fruition in very, very short order. We are putting in and implementing, strategizing, trying to improve, ask questions, trying to get assistance, trying to just move to another level, trying to have football as an entertainment package for the people of St. Anne, because we are aware that we have some serious football fanatic in St. Anne, and we want them to be having something to look forward to, something to cheer for, a product that they believe in and know and watch and grow with the product and grow into a regional giant.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And we can expect to see more players transitioning from the academy at Mount Pleasant into the senior team
Most
setup.
definitely, sir. Most definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Most
Next big
definitely.
question that people are asking is that, listen, this is an academy, big setup, but with a person who is out of Europe, but we don't see yet Mount Pleasant players hitting the European market. And there was this thought like Mr. Gould with his contacts would be able to somehow get, probably a couple of players into the European market. How is that part of the project going?
And as I said before, it would be prior to this, I would have been having an oversight and an overview of the product and the project at the Mount Pleasant Academy.
Yeah.
However, I don't have all the details as it relates to the numbers. I do know that they have moved players from the academy. I don't have all the figures in front of me, and I don't want to be.
I'll see if I can speak with Mr. Vanny Clark.
Yes, I don't want to be responsible and just throw numbers out there. I like to have a little facts to support what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
but I'll speak to
I'm
Mr.
not
Vanny Clark.
qualified to
But
speak
there are
on
no
that.
players though from Mount Pleasant who have moved into Europe from their academy system though. That much I know.
And that's what I was saying. I don't know the numbers. I know a few, but I don't know the actual numbers.
All right. I mean, I know you had a long day. You had to come to training, head back out and stuff. So
I
don't
will
want
be
to
back
keep.
at it 6 o'clock in the morning again.
There you go. So don't want to keep you too long. Or you're telling the people the training time so them can flat the training, man. You're not, so them think they're supposed to keep secret.
Listen, what I want you to know, and the people have said that we are all open
I
to
know,
the people of
man.
St. We want the St. Anne people to come and own their team, know their team, know their staff, know the support and the technical, administrative staff, coaching staff, management. We want to be totally accessible to the fans and the people of St. Anne. We want to bring some joy to the people of St. Anne. And we want to just to build and develop a positive environment that is conducive for good quality football.
Okay.
So we have no secret down here. We are not hiding away and giving misleading information as it relates to the time of our training session. That's not what we do at Mount Pleasant. We are totally accessible to our fans and our fun-loving supporters, and we are expecting that number to grow tremendously, I might add, this season. We want to have the added pressure of expanding the complex, the complex seating capacity.
Okay.
We
All right.
are
Yeah, I have a question here
yeah.
from one of the Texas ask Mr. Christie, what clubs are linked to Mount Pleasant in Europe so far, or what clubs are Mount Pleasant is linked to?
I didn't hear that.
What clubs? Two questions. One is what clubs are linked to Mount Pleasant in Europe so far? Are Mount Pleasant have links to in Europe?
All right.
What I'll do, let me just answer this. I can answer this.
But you know that's not how it is. We don't have. I guess you're asking if we have a period club in Europe. I guess that's the question.
Let me.
I'm not aware of that.
No, let me hear. Here's what I'll do. I'll get Mr. Vanny
Vanny
Clark
Clark.
on, who
That would be
is the
yeah.
head of the academy part, and then
Yes.
maybe he can better answer this. So I'll get that for
Yes.
you here, Texas. But then the person also asks a second question: are there any family package for the season?
And guess what? That is going to be a fact. There is going to be days that there will be female
No, man, we not
half
talk about that.
price.
Me, I want to be have season ticket selling, man. Like a man can buy a season
But
ticket at a lower price.
I just start talking. I'm
Oh,
telling you that.
sorry, boss.
All right. We will have season pass both home and away for our fans. We will have at some of our home games at selected uh fixtures, we will have ladies playing half price. You would have sometime ladies playing uh 50%, and sometime you will have just a family package that is such a good deal you can't refuse it. We'll have package. We want to take the family into account in whatever business decision we make at Mount Pleasant. So yes, our decision that we are taking and the approach for this season is one that will ensure that the entire family, the entire family's welfare is taken care of.
All right, Reverend Duclan. Reverend Duclan is asking if you'll be having dancing ladies.
Not certain. I am not. We have not gone around to that specific yet, but it is a football game. Football have cheerleaders, so it's not far fetched.
Okay, all right. And then could Mount Pleasant link with the hotels for group seatings for games? Where like, like Rio is next door, maybe Rio can bring, a special package where they can bring the sport loving guests to one of the big games you have on a Sunday, and they sit in a particular part. Yeah.
I don't
VIP
want to be
package
rude.
with
I don't want to be rude, but that way as if my device is shutting down, Rev.
oh
So
yeah, yes.
let me use this opportunity to thank the people I've sent and for accepting me with open arms. I feel the energy, I feel the joy, I feel the warmth. And then we are here to work together. We are students of the game and we are always accessible and is prepared and willing to learn.
Yeah.
And that what I'll sign out with
All right then, blessings, man. So tomorrow morning, blessings.
tomorrow morning, sir.
Yeah, man. All right, so there have Mr. Christie. Sorry about that. His battery is going to die, so he had to run out and sing. But Michael Sadler, Mount Pleasant is the owner for Mount Pleasant is Mr. Peter Gould. Right? So I think I can safely answer that one. Yeah. Yeah. What said there's a charger shortage. There's a charger shortage in Jamaica. No, the batteries in Jamaica don't work well in the heat, man. Big up Chop Deck. Right, so Michael Sadler. So Peter Gould is the person in charge. And I will have him on hopefully during the season. But people, listen, that is the show. All right, that is the show for tonight. Tomorrow evening again we'll have representatives from one of the other Premier League clubs, and we're going to be talking to all of them so you can hear. And your club is coming up. Trust me, the week for your club is coming up, so you can get to ask the questions that you have. All right. I want to thank every single one of you for taking the time out to be a part of this, especially those persons who are overseas, who are hour ahead. It's minutes 11 and you sat up and you watched, you listened. We appreciate that. For all of the persons who, they had to go outside of their house because they live in some remote area and, put up the phone on some little window thing so them can hear what's going on. Listen, we appreciate that. You understand me? We understand that you love the program so much that you're willing to do that. I want to say thank you to you, to you all. All right. He was affiliated to Chelsea before Roman bought it, but not anymore, Michael. All right. Duckland, don't worry. We're gonna arrange that. Trust me, I promise you that we're gonna have that arranged. All right. All right. So listen. Yeah, no, man. I'm gonna get all of the clubs, man. I'm gonna get all of the clubs. Sir Bailey, me gonna link you up, you know. But yeah, man. We're gonna get people. We have 14 clubs. We have gone 2, so there are 12 to go. We're gonna get them, one at a time. All right. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Bless up, Braxton Harry, Travis Peso, the man from upper Choro. Bless up yourself. Fresh God. Bless up yourself. TJ. One Garden. You say? Well, Annie Garden or Tivoli Garden. Michael Sadler. Duckland. Yo, everybody. Yo, bless up. Champ Deck. Up. Kevin Williams. Bless up yourself. Rob Simit. Rob Simit, not Rob Simit. What am I talking about? Chris Wayne. The C-Bar man. Bless up yourself. Up. Yeah, man. Before the game. Me stop calling before the game. I'll call you Odegaard. Big up yourself, Eagle Public Special Edition. Saw you as well. Jamaican You Travel up. Bless up. Brian Mighton, the man who was on representing lines. All right, there we go. Unseen Sports TV. Damian Hyatt, Military Gona. All right. Oh, daddy again. One them people, when them people picture thing I go on and so. I don't know go on. Yeah. So people bless up on themselves, you understand me? Yeah, man. Everybody, lot of love, lot of respect. Bless up one and all. Tomorrow, the table topping Arsenal. We'll be taking on Leon Bailey. Will he be playing or will he be moving? You understand me? I don't know. The Lions are coming up, fresh God, because we know you have a lot of questions for the Lions, you know. The humble Lions, they have changed themselves from the humble Lions, man, to the roaring Lions. Understand me? Bless up, people. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night. Yeah, want to see a one garden. Yeah. Oh, that Allah. Hey, Drogba. Drogba, you know say Drogba. Drogba, you know see if you link me Drogba. Drogba, me and you do an interview, you know, Drogba. Where you move, sir, Drogba? Drogba, if you text me, look how long the interview if you go on Drogba. Me not rate you move. Percy, you know Drogba? Big arena baller. Wall for goal. Drogba, we need to do an interview, you know. So you need to link me. You understand? You know the thing go. Arsenal can't dead, man. Aston Villa dead. You see, every day I'm fresh chat about the league. No, man. Fresh loving JPL, man. Him love him JPL. Fresh love him JPL. All right, baller. Bless up yourself. You understand me? So people, listen, hey, yo, take care, you know. Look up, live up. You understand me? Do good, and good will follow you. You understand me? That may encourage you to do. Do good, and good will follow you. Before you go, if you have not yet, please hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I am Mannings Man. This has been I Am Sure Sports, the night edition. And guess what? We are over. And we are OUT out.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Air this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.